So today in Yin, we're going to be working mostly with our hips. Part of our stress that we hold in our body is often in our abdominal area, our hips. And so, especially this time of year around the Christmas holiday season, Hanukkah, and today I believe is the solstice. So if you're a pagan out there, today is your day, the winter solstice. Now, because we do hold stress in these areas, I'm going to be doing a lot of stretching that targets that area. Now, I want you to be able to feel free to allow your emotions that might be bubbling up to come out. Don't push them back down. If you feel like you want to cry, cry. If you feel like you're getting angry, allow that energy, allow that anger to bubble up and come out and go away. Because if you keep shoving it back down again, you're just creating the problem of it getting worse instead of getting better or relieved. Allow those feelings to come out, allow yourself to experience them, and then allow them to go. Let them leave. Let them leave you and allow yourself to feel the release. A lot of times when we are breathing, we feel this tension building up because we're trying to keep ourselves from going just that teensy bit deeper because there might be a little bit of discomfort there. So take those deep breaths in, even if I haven't asked you to do it, and breathe into your belly very deeply through the nose and then expel it out, moan it out, groan it out, whatever it takes to release the tension that might be building up inside you and to also release the tension that is already there. So we're going to be holding our postures for in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm just going to get my timer set here, the first one. And we're just going to do the half butterfly. So you can start with your right leg if you like, extended it out in front of you. The other leg can be tucked in. It can be relaxed out to the side. I like to tuck mine in because then I get a stretch in the hip joint on the other side as well. And remember, when we come down into the stretch, don't force yourself to go all as far in as you can go. Try to start to just feel the stretch and stop there and start to breathe deeply and then slowly allow yourself to let go, let go, let go, and go deeper. The other thing I want to point out to you is that if at any time you feel like you've had enough, even though the timer isn't up yet, if you absolutely feel like you're in agony to stay any longer, come out of it very quickly and then sit quietly and don't ask your body to do anything else. But I do want to encourage you, if you're just feeling the achiness of the stretch, to hang in there. But sharp pain, don't tolerate that we're not going for that. So let's take a deep breath in, reach up, stretch up, and on your exhale, let your belly come down toward your thigh. So as soon as you start to feel the back of your leg engage, your back itself start to stretch, we're going to stop here. You can use your hands to help support you. If you prefer, you can take a pillow or a blanket and shove it in here and rest down onto it for comfort. Whatever feels good for you. We're going to take a deep breath in now, in through the nose, into the belly. Exhale it through the mouth. Let yourself relax down that teensy bit more. And we're going to start the timer now. Let your mind float off to a beautiful place. Let it be calm. Let all your concerns just drift off today. You can let your chin drop into your chest if you like and let it rest there. Remember to keep breathing deeply and slowly. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And let yourself melt down just a teensy bit more. Slowly pushing into the floor. Let's come upright. And then we're going to stretch our legs out and bend them just a little bit, just so that we allow the muscles to contract back into shape. And just sit here for a moment. Now you can see that I'm dressed pretty warmly, and that's not because it's almost 0 Fahrenheit outside my window. It's because in Yin, we need to try to keep our body a lot warmer than we would in a regular yoga practice, because we're not moving around as much and we're not activating the muscles in the same way. So your body is going to start to cool down quite quickly as it sits. Keeping your body warm is essential to allowing the muscles to stretch out and get the maximum stretch you can get from the practice. So when you're doing Yin, make sure you're wearing warmer clothing, sweatpants, sweatshirt, socks. And if your room is cool and you can artificially raise the temperature a little bit, do that as well. We're going to switch sides now. So we're going to extend out the opposite leg that you did the last time, and fold in the other one or place it wherever feels good for you right now. And again, we're here for 5 minutes. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up, and on your exhale, let's fold in just till we feel the first stretch happening. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and let it go through your mouth. And you could sink down just a teensy bit more. And again, let your chin drop into your chest if you like. And breathe. Take a deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through your mouth. Very, very slowly pushing into the floor. Help yourself come upright. And stretch out your legs a little bit. Keep a knee bend. And we'll just sit and relax for a few breaths. Allowing the muscles to come back into shape. It's important to allow this process to happen before you go into your next stretch. And for that reason, we avoid any injuries to our muscles. Once we're stretched out and then we try to do something maybe too suddenly, too soon, we can then start to injure ligaments and tendons that are not quite ready for that yet because they're just starting to come back into a position. So very important to give yourself a little bit of a break between each one of the stretches. So from here, we're going to go into the half dragonfly pose. So you might want to turn and sit sideways on your mat like I am. And you're going to take your leg and you're going to extend it out to the side until you feel a bit of a stretch happening in the inside of the leg. But you want your body facing forward. You don't want to start to turn your body in order to accommodate your leg going over a little bit further because it kind of defeats the purpose. So this leg can be just relaxed like I have mine here, or once again, you can bring it in towards your body. And of course, whenever you have your knees in this position, you can always put something underneath here for a little bit of cushioning and support to help in case you're getting too intense of a stretch happening. Once you're in position, what you're looking for is you're looking for this stretching sensation to intensify. So you're going to come down forward first, and then you're going to start to just gently turn your torso toward the direction of your toes. Once you feel that engage, that stretch start to engage in the back, in the side, and in the leg here, that's where you begin. Take a deep breath in, exhale, relax. If you need to, you can place a block here. Can't quite reach my block. Pillows, blankets to help give you something to lean down onto if the reaching for the floor is a little bit too much. and you don't want to have to stand like this for the whole time. So make yourself comfortable. If you have to get out of your position in order to grab some stuff to bring it over, do it. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Allow yourself to relax down just a teeny bit more. And remember, our belly is what's our guide, not our head. So you're pushing the belly toward the floor. And then, of course, you can always let your chin rest in your chest. Take a deep breath in again. Exhaling slowly through the mouth. Very, very, very slowly. Push yourself upright from wherever you are. We're going to help our extended leg in toward the center. Bend your knee. Bring your leg in very slowly and gently. Unwind the other one if it's folded in. And we're going to sit here for a few more minutes. Just allowing everything to come back into place. All right, we're going to move to the other side now. So we're going to take the leg we had folded up. And we're going to stick that over to the side as far as we're able to without moving our body to accommodate it. And then we're going to bring in the leg we had extended before and place it in any position that feels comfortable for you. Once again, when you're coming forward, you're going to be looking for one of two things. You're going to be looking for stretching happening in your back, in your side, or in the inside of the leg. So you're hoping to be able to bring your belly down onto the floor. If you're not able to do that and you're way up here, but you're feeling all of that, you're still doing it. So don't worry about it. If you find that just moving a little bit over toward the extended leg will help you to come down deeper, do it. This is your practice, not my practice. You don't have to look like me. The key is to be able to feel the stretch and to make sure you're not feeling pain. So let's take a deep breath in. And on our exhale, bring your belly down toward the floor. Let's find that first starting point with our stretch. And again, you can have blocks and blankets and pillows here to help rest yourself onto if you're pretty high up. Let's take an inhale in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And let yourself just relax down just a tiny bit more. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through your mouth. Pushing into the floor. Nice and slowly come back up. Take your time. We're going to help our extended leg come in. Bend your knees slightly. Bring the leg in. And then unfold your folded leg. And we're going to sit for 30 seconds or so, just to give our body a time to come back in again. So the next stretch we're going into is the cobbler pose. Cobbler pose is not butterfly. Your feet are together, but there's space between your body and your heels that's at least one handprint this way. So put your hand down there. Make sure you've got minimum that much space. You can have more. Definitely you can have more. The other thing you can do in this particular stretch is you can open your feet up like a book toward the ceiling. That just adds a little extra something into the stretching into the inside of the leg. But it's not required. So what you need to focus on, though, is bringing your belly down toward that space you've left between your heels and your groin area. Also here, you can have blocks and blankets and things to lean down on. A lot of times when I first started this, I would put a block here on my feet and lean onto it, allowing my belly to come down toward the floor. It's not being blocked by anything. So you can do whatever feels good for you in this particular stretch. We're going to take a deep breath in, grab your ankles, straighten up your spine, inhale up. And on your exhale, start to bring your belly forward and you stop when you feel the urge to stop. And the body says, I'm feeling it now. Because we're going to be here for 5 minutes. We're not going to force it to go too fast, too quickly. Let's take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. See if you can relax down just a titch more. And breathe. Listen to the body. When you're not feeling any sensation anymore, allow yourself to relax just a tiny bit deeper down. Or see if you can push your knees toward the floor just that little tiny bit more. Take a deep breath in through the nose, slowly releasing it through your mouth. Let yourself get heavy. Sink down just a tiny bit more. Pushing into your feet or the floor, gently push yourself back up. Coming up very slowly. Help your knees up. Stretch your legs out a bit. Once they feel comfortable enough, stretch them all the way out. Separate your feet. Lean back on your hands, and we're just going to gently windshield wiper our toes one side and then the other side. Just helping to relieve the tension up into the hip joint. You can point them in and point them out. Just rock them back and forth very slowly. Don't go fast. And then while we're waiting to go into our next stretch, we're going to set up for that by going onto our back. So you may want to have a cushion for your head or a little bit of a blanket folded up. I like a blanket folded up just because when I talk, it's a little bit easier. I'm going to take my cushion away, and then I'm going to grab my block. Because we're going to need a block here. And come down very, very gently onto your back. Making sure that you take your time doing this. Back might be just a little bit sensitive because we've been bending forward quite a bit, flattening it out forward, stretching those back muscles. So now we're going to go onto our back. We're going to bring our knees up. And you're just going to rock gently side to side. Let your shoulders relax. You can do circles if you prefer. Go one way and then go the other way. And then we're going to drop our feet to the floor, and we're going to take our block. And in this case, we're going to use the lowest side of the block, and we're going to lift our hips up, and we're going to place that block between our hip bones. So part of your bum is going to be on it, but your spine is not making contact with the block. So you can put your hand under here, and you've got an arch in your back. Your shoulders and your rib cage are down on the floor, but your lower spine is off the floor and not on the block. So you could stay right here in this position with your arms relaxed out, knees gently pressing in toward each other, if that feels like enough stretching for you at this point. If you want, you could bring your arms overhead, and your back will arch just a little bit more, and if that feels comfortable, and maybe just a little stretchy and you're liking it, stay there. The other thing you can start to do is stretch out the front of your hip by stretching your legs out. And you could do anything from just a few inches away from your block to all the way out and resting on your heels. So we're going to be here for 5 minutes. We're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale slowly through the mouth. And just let yourself melt around that block. And the other thing you could do is after a few moments, you can start to experiment with going into the different options to see if maybe once you kind of warmed up, you could stretch out a little bit more and a little bit more. Make sure your chin isn't pressing too much into your chest. If it is, you might want to move your pillow away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale very slowly. And very slowly start to slide your feet back to flat on the floor if you have your legs stretched out. Bring your arms back to your side. We're going to press our feet into the floor very gently and just enough to slide our block out of the way, and then gently drop our back down onto the floor. Keep your knees bent, separate your feet a little wider apart, and slowly drop your knees from one side to the other side, windshield wipering them. Nice and slow, don't go too quickly. Just you start to feel your back relax back down again. We'll go a couple more times each side. We're going to bring our knees up into our chest. You can grab your thighs if you like, lift your feet up toward the floor. Just rock slowly and gently on your back. And then drop your knees over to the left, roll right onto the left side of your hip. But look to the right and try to keep both of your shoulders touching down. And we're just going to rest here for a couple of minutes. Take a deep breath in, exhale through the mouth. Just let yourself melt into this position. You need to shove blankets under your knees to help support you here. Go ahead, do that. Just make sure your back is okay with this. Don't go too deeply if your back is starting to twinge. Slowly, slowly bring your knees up. Rock gently on your back, side to side for a few times. You can inhale. And as you exhale, this time roll over onto the right side of your hip. Let your knees drop to the right and look to the left. Take a deep breath in through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Take another deep breath in through the nose. Exhale slowly, slowly. Bring your knees back up. Just roll on your back gently. And then we're going to roll right over onto our side. Doesn't matter which side. Just roll over onto the side. And just rest here for a few breaths, bringing your knees up into your chest. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And then very, very slowly start pushing yourself upright into a seated position. And join me in easy pose. So remember, yin is a little different than our regular practice because we do deep stretching for long periods of time. You're going to feel it. You will. You'll feel it in some of the places that we stretched, your hips, your back. So keep yourself calm about that. Don't worry, you haven't injured yourself. Not unless you allowed yourself to get into that painful center of stretching. Then you may have. But if you've just felt that achy stretch, that uncomfortable stretch, and slowly things relaxed, you might feel some achy residual stretching right away, or maybe tomorrow or later on today. Just do what you would normally do after exercising and feeling the muscle strain. You just take some Tylenol if you like, or have a hot bath with Epsom salts. That's very good. It has magnesium in it, and magnesium soaks in through the skin, so it helps the muscles relax. And the other thing is, of course, all the muscle rubs out there are my favorite. A nice big glass of wine. So take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time. Let's close the class by chanting Om. We'll take a deep breath in and out first, and then we'll inhale for Om. Let's inhale, exhale, inhale for Om. Om. Rub your hands, generate some heat. And as you do this, think of the places inside you stretched, your back, your hips. Close your eyes, place your palms over your closed eyes, and as you breathe in, open them. Sending that energy right down inside, and on your exhale, palms to ceiling, sending beautiful energy out to those that need it. But scoop up a little bit. You get back to your heart center. Namaste.